So episode 23, I think so this was. Uh, I think so. I may be wrong. Episode 24. I'm confused because there are a lot of episodes, obviously. But episode 23, Black Clover, basically starts off with where we left off previously, and again with the long intro. Even though this wasn't that long, it was still a long intro. I'm getting used to that long intro stuff. It just starts off with where it left off. It's Alfred and Asta showdown, basically. So we go through the intro and everything, and then uh, once the intro is done, we see the Silva family, the whole Silva family, fighting against this hordes of zombies, and the Silva family, the head of the Silva family, he looks at away and questions. Something is odd about this. There is something odd. It's hinting at something, but there's something odd. Yeah, it was hinting at something, definitely. Then then we skip through that and then we move on to the next point, and that is where we see the Clover King. That's right. Don't get confused with Magic King or Wizard King and Clover King or the Emperor, because it's called Wizard King. Most people will be confused. They'll be like, whoa, whoa, wait. Not the manga readers, alright? The manga readers already know what's in there. But the people who haven't read manga, they'll be confused like, wait, what? There's a Clover King and there's a Wizard King? Like, what? How's it possible? They both are kings. Like, what? Now, in the manga, basically, it's like this. Wizard King isn't called Wizard King. He's called the Emperor. The Emperor. That's right. That's what it's called. The Emperor Wizard or something like that. It's called that. And the Clover King is basically the Clover King, the kingdom, the Black Clover Kingdom. Not the Black Clover, the Clover Kingdom. Basically, he's the king of it. I don't remember his name because it's pretty damn long, and I'm not gonna say that name. I'm just gonna call him Clover King. But that's Clover King, and you see that he's a complete jerk. Trust me, he's a complete jerk. Whew, like this guy can't even protect himself, and that's why he wants the Wizard King to protect him. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, just like, uh, yeah. Then we move on to the next scene, and for anybody who doesn't know, the Wizard King is missing. I'm not gonna spoil where he is. I already know where he is, what he's doing, what kind of mission he's on, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys because it's something really important to the story. So yeah, we skip to the scene. We see a little cooking scene where they're cooking this stuff, and or Charmy, I think so. Her name is Charmy, the little black bow girl. I think so. Her name is Charmy. Basically, she goes in there and sees the cooks cooking, and basically it's a small scene where it's kind of giving the indication what's gonna happen in the next episode. There's gonna be an encounter. Charmy's gonna encounter somebody in the next episode. I'm not gonna say whom, but she's basically gonna encounter somebody in the next episode. But that goes on. We move into the next scene. We see Asa and Alfred fighting, and Asa basically is trying to get Alfred on his stuff. Like, he's trying to kill off Alfred with his magic eraser sword or anti-magic sword. Why do you guys say magic eraser? That make whatever. But yeah, Asa is trying to kill Alfred, and Alfred is too fast, so he just keeps on dodging Asa as he just swings the sword like a little random brat who's just new in the field, and it's obvious Asa is new in the field, he's unexperienced and stuff. So it's kind of showing, it's indicating the battle tendency he has. It isn't as high as other people like the Magic Knights are fighting. They have a pretty high battle tendency because they basically are quite experienced and stuff. But Asta, on the other hand, is not quite experienced, and he's jumping and stuff, trying to take down Alfred, while Alfred is just flying and dodging. It's pretty much what's happening. We also see the kid escaped because Noel ordered her to escape, so she escaped. Then Radis, basically what he does, he summons another puppet. Yep, another puppet, and I don't remember his name, I think so. They mentioned the name in the manga, but they didn't mention the name in the anime. Now I don't remember this Mud Man's name, but he basically uses mud magic. I think so, and basically I think so. Leo. I'm just gonna call him Leo because I can't Leopold. I think so. That's what his name is, but I'm just gonna call him Leo. Leo and Noel were fighting this guy, and we don't see any kind of fight scene. Nah, nah. Don't worry about it. Nothing there. But also, Radis was mocking Asta as he's charging Alfred, and he was like, "Uh, if you don't do anything, you fight your own fight." You know, the last episode, Asta was like, "Fight your own fight" after he just killed off one of his puppets. And I'd forgot the puppet's name already because he was irrelevant. The puppets are pretty much irrelevant, so I just forget that name. It's so irrelevant that I forget their name. But anyways, Asta basically takes out that puppet and he's like, "Bring it on! You should come and fight with your own." And Alfred comes out. Basically, that's what Raiders repeats. He's like, "Want me to come and fight on your own? Are you kidding me? Why would I fight if I have puppets that I can control? I have dead people that I can control." So yeah, that happens, and a flame blast through not Raiders, goddammit. The flame blast through Alfred, and he just turns into ash. He just turns into ashes, like no problem. It just turns into ashes. Then Fuglin arrives, and he basically uh kind of just how do I say this? He basically acknowledges Asa in a way, because he says like it's a waste to get a warrior like yourself killed. Basically, he's acknowledging Asta's power in all of this fighting. He's been doing a lot of fighting Asta, and it basically shows that he's earned the respect of Fuglin. He's earned the power, the respect, and then he also says that Yami has a better foresight for Asta, and we all know Yami from the Captain of Black Bulls chose Asta, and to be honest, my favorite character is nor Asta nor it's Yami, and there are reasons for why he is one of my favorite characters. I think he's the only character that makes me go whoa. Now that's a character. Except for him, I think so. I could say the Wizard King. Except for those two, I don't think so. I have anybody who I would say that whoa, that guy is like super. The Green Mantis guy. There we go. That's another guy I really like because he's like Orochimaru, and I really liked Orochimaru in Tool. But that's out of the point. So that happens, and Asta basically, Fugel. Basically, what Fugel does is he acknowledges Asta as his rival. You heard me, because Fugel also wants to be the Wizard King or the Emperor, and that happens, and there's a funny scene that happens, and Asta is like, yeah, he gets all confident, he's like, yeah, and he's screaming and all, and he just runs towards Raiders, and Fuglin just chops him. He's like, "You're not ready, your body is all dead and stuff." Asta is like, "Oh, my body's already dead, shit, oh shit, I'm dead." Like, and Fugel is like, nah, you're not ready, brother, you need to stay back." That's basically what happened. So that happens, and then I gotta get a flashback from Radius's past, where he was basically a commoner who had this tremendous magic power. Someone like he had this tremendous magic power and stuff, but he was expelled from Purple Orchis because he was basically said to have a very dangerous and forbidden magic, and that's why he is expelled from Purple Orchis. If I'm correct, Purple Orchis is the team of the Sleeping Girl. I may be wrong, but let me know which team is Purple Orchis, because I think so it's the Sleeping Girl team. I may be wrong, but again, by Sleeping Girl, I think so it's the youngest of all the captains. I think that she's 15 or 16, something like that, or 17, something around that age. I don't remember. Again, then we move on. We see that he's like he wants to take revenge because no one stood for him basically, and understandably, if anybody, if you have not done anything wrong, you have been like you have been thrown away because you have a very dangerous and forbidden magic, and you're just a normal commoner and nobody will stand for you. Basically, that's how this world is. This world is based that commoners did not give the nobles did not give a shit about commoners. That's basically how this world is built on. And understandably, it is understandable why Raiders wanted to take revenge on the Clover Kingdom, why he wanted to go after the Clover Kingdom. It's a very understandable statement. Then that happens, and then basically Fugelin uses his magic called Leo Rugians. If I'm correct, that's what his magic is. Basically, it's a magic which um uh ugh, what is it called? It just like it's a magic with just it's just like a Kamehameha, you could say, but it with fire and stuff. Like that's it. It's basically Kamehameha but fire. That's basically what it is. So yeah, that's it. And then if I'm correct, Raider summons Carl, his number one puppet, and Carl basically heightens his defense. Basically, he's a defensive type of summoner. So when this defensive type of summon, sorry, not a summoner, no, don't get me wrong, summon, okay? If it's a defensive type of summon, basically this guy can defend and attack at the same time. But Figulin, he can't defeat and attack at the same time, so he has to bring up this barrier when the attack, this barrage of spears were thrown at him by Carl, and he had to bring up this fiery barrier so that he could actually do something. And he did something. Basically created a fire barrier and destroyed all the spears that are coming at him. And then Carl attacks again, and basically what happens is when Carl attacks, there's a slight opening, and Fuglin basically he uses a magic. If I don't know what it was, but it was some kind of magic he uses. It goes through that slight opening that Raiders' puppet Carl gives, and takes on Carl in an instant. And then that happens. Fuglin scares the shit out of Carl. Raiders. It's so funny to see how scared he was. Like, yo, Raiders was like, "This dude is serious. I can't take this guy." That's basically what Raiders' expression said. And then that happened. We see that everybody got turned into zombies. Basically, they were defeated by the Magic Knights, and basically, acknowledges himself. He's like, "I'm not strong enough. I need to get stronger if I want to take on these kind of guys." So that happens, and then there's an ending. There is this slight people cheering and everything, and then there we see a slight ending where we get a glimpse of this blonde-haired black girl. Now, who she is? I said either this week or next week you're gonna get a fight with and she's basically gonna fight next week. Yep, it's gonna happen. Versus this girl. That's basically what's gonna happen there, and that's basically the whole episode. And total, from scale of 1 to 10, considering all the animation, story, and everything, I'll say this was 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Yes, I'll give a 7.5, 5 extra points, because I felt like this was well done. I felt like this were 2 to 3 chapters taken from manga, if I'm correct, because I think so. This chapters were longer in the manga. So I'm pretty happy that actually they did take a few chapters, at least 2 chapters. I think so. They've at least taken 2 chapters, if I'm correct. Now I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if it's just a 1 chapter, but I think so. It is 2 chapters that are taken from the manga, or 1.5, if I'm correct. And with that, I'll end this episode off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like if you like my content. Don't forget to subscribe as I do more anime and gaming content, and just recently uploaded Brawlhalla video for anybody who wants to watch. And I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.